And we are live again. Scoot that over. Oh, I'm showing the wrong thing. Hold on. There we go. All right. Episode 18, the day before... Before what?
Before the epic beatdown of 2-day stream.
Before Armageddon. Comets Giving Day. Yes, so we are getting ready for that. Very excited. Going to be very busy for 2 straight days. Starts at 10 a.m. Goes till midnight on the first day. So today we were just going to talk a little bit about that, a little bit of preview. Todd's working on some things for it as well. But just kind of getting some things squared away for that. And if anybody's on, we'd love to chat.
Yes.
If you have questions about tomorrow, or people, or what's it all about, hop on and ask. But there's nobody watching, so, you know, whatever.
Well, we can still say what it's about.
No, we can't.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it a secret.
Yeah.
What?
It's a dumb idea.
No, we can certainly talk about what it is. Should we talk about what the overall idea?
Yeah, let's just start from the top.
Sure. So, about almost 2 years ago now. Hey, it's Amanda. Amanda's here. We got one.
Oh yeah.
We got one viewer. Good to see you. How are things? How is your summer going, Amanda? And while you type that out, I'll talk about what we were our plans. So, almost 2 years ago now, we started an endowment at the university here for the animation area. So, if you don't know what an endowment is just like a pile of money that you can use the interest off of, and that endowment will stay there forever. So it's like a scholarship fund, or there's lots of different types of funds. So this endowment is specifically for the animation area, or at least it was. Eventually the animation and games areas became one, and so now it's for either one. So it's for the whole group. And those funds can be used for a lot of different things for this particular endowment. Am I getting too in the weeds, Todd, or am I okay?
I think you're okay.
Okay. So here's what we have in mind for it. So we want to use that money for student events or student enrichment, those kind of things. Some of it can be used for faculty projects as well. But generally, the funds that we do get, a lot of times we're spending them on student activities or events. So for instance, things that we spend money on when we have those things available, we spend money on the animation lab here at the university to submit their films for festivals. So we cover those things. And then also for the last, how many years has the Animation Blitz gone, Todd?
50 some.
50 years. So probably like, I don't know,
I think it's like 4 years.
4 years or so. So for 4 years, we've basically, I don't want to say, well, some of it has just been out of pocket. We just pay for that just because it's a fun event. Animation Blitz is if you're not aware, it's a 48-hour animation competition where students team up, teams of 3, and they basically, it's not a lock-in, but it's kind of like a lock-in. They get to stay in the labs from Friday at like 6 p.m. all the way to Sunday at 6 p.m. And we give them it's like a challenge. We give them a character provided for or by some kind of industry professional, normally some kind of concept artist. And then we attach different things that they have to do to like we might give them a certain material, or they might have a certain action that they have to do, and they make an animation. And they've got just that time, and they've got to create the character, They've got to rig the character, they've got to texture and animate and all of that stuff. So for that event, we provide food and all sorts of things, and generally we're just kind of paying for that, which is fine. We like the event, but that's what this kind of money would probably go for, so that Carol or Apollo isn't just taking $100 and buying a bunch of breakfast for everybody. So
Or celery.
or celery that goes bad because nobody eats that.
Nope.
And what they really want are nasty tacos or donuts or something like that.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Amanda, I just saw your question, so hopefully that explains what it is. So that's what that endowment is kind of for, and what those funds can be used for those kind of things. It can also be used for bringing in speakers, right? Again, things that are generally the things that Todd and I are kind of planning are student-centric. We're trying to figure out ways that we can have fun with students. And generally those ways involve money, and so that's one of the reasons behind kind of creating this endowment. So we've got this idea for this endowment, but you can't actually, the way endowments work, you can't actually use the money until it reaches a certain limit, a certain level, and that level for this is $10,000. So if it doesn't reach $10,000 in a certain amount of time, and that time is 2 years, and 2 years comes up in September, then the money, it doesn't go away, it just gets dumped all in. Let's say you got $9,000, right? Well, we didn't reach the $10,000. Well, that $9,000 would just get dumped into the animation area, and we could use that $9,000, which would be great, but it's a one-time thing, and then it's gone. If we reach $10,000, then it's there forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever, unless something happens, right? So that's what we really want. And then we can use chunks of that money forever, or the interest that comes off of it. So we've got, what, four months or so to reach that. Now, obviously, we've already started. We started as soon as we opened it up. We started doing events, but then COVID happened, and then a lot of our kind of fundraising efforts kind of just died because we had planned a lot of in-person events, or at least I had planned a lot of in-person events, and then things just became more difficult. So what we decided to do, now Comets Giving Days is coming around, and we decided, even though Escape Pod isn't a university kind of project or anything like that, and I don't know what the right word for what we're doing here is, but this is Todd and I's personal kind of endeavor. We decided to team those two things up, so Escape Pod and Comets Giving Day, and create hopefully what will be a really fun thing for the next 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. Again, kind of student-centric for current students, alumni, and we actually have a lot of high school students, I believe, who will be there. Something that they can learn from and ask questions and interact, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully, as a byproduct, we can raise some money from that as well. So that's the whole idea. Did I explain that okay, Todd?
I wasn't paying attention.
You were answering email?
No, I was paying attention. I think that was great. That might be the best explanation you've ever given.
Okay, did that make sense to the 4 of you who are watching, or however many? Do you have any questions about that? I'd be happy to answer. So I think what we need to raise, or what we're attempting to raise, is about $8,800. I don't know if we can do it, but we're going to give it a good shot. There's a lot of different things that are going to be happening across the 2 days. The university provides matches as we go. So like from both days, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., if an alumni give, the university will match those funds. If your donation is from like $2 to $20, they'll match up to that $20, and then overall they'll match up to $2,000. And then there's other things. There's stuff for faculty. When we give, they'll do the exact same thing. It's the $2 to $20 range up to $2,000. So certainly some of us are going to take advantage of that. There's staff things. Then there's also current students as well. And I'll have to look at what those times are. But they're set throughout the day where they try to match. There's also a whole lot of other things where you can try to match certain time periods. There's a bingo. I don't know if you guys saw the schedule that's going out. How do you donate? Awesome question. So, it is.
We're going to be every hour on the hour. We're going to be giving out Sean's credit card number. And what you can do is just go right to the link and start just donating for him.
Well, we haven't. We're still working out the full details of everything, so I'm not positive that that's how it's going to work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting the. I'm trying to pull up the actual link. So
Yeah,
if you go to if you look up Comets Giving Days 2021, you will find something. But there's a specific.
and all that stuff's going to be listed on the during the live stream at the bottom, and there's going to be a link right underneath the description.
Absolutely. You see the ticker that's going on, fancy ticker that we have figured out that I'm trying to work on. The actual link will be up at all times. So it is givingday.utDallas. I'm typing it into the chat.
Well, and just to add to, like, our goal is not to get our own students necessarily to turn around and donate.
Right.
Our goal is to reach out to alumni, to companies, to other places and other entities. So if students want to help spread the word, or if you have relatives or someone who want to contribute or something, that's awesome. But it's not about just getting our own students to give money for this.
Yeah, I think that's the really important thing. If you want to, obviously, that's great, but no one should feel pressure to do any of that. So please, what we want, come and enjoy and hang out and talk with some of our alumni, or at least listen to them talk about their experiences. Listen to some of the industry professionals, though all the alumni are industry professionals as well. Listen to those. We have a couple of faculty who will be on, and then some of the times throughout the day will be just kind of this, right? It'll be us playing on Toon Boom because we're going to be on for 14 hours tomorrow. So, so if you are also welcome to, if you want, you can. I've been posting on LinkedIn, so if you want to find me if I'm not friends with you on LinkedIn, some of you I am. I know Jolie I am with you. You can get on there, and then you can see the schedule of everything. I don't know if I can upload the. You know what I can do? I can post the. Oh, thanks. It got retweeted by Toon Boom. Look at us, Todd.
Oh man!
Thank you, Jolie. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
I feel like these new lights, I'm going to have trouble for 14 hours because I feel like I'm starting to sweat.
Dude, I think you're going to fall asleep. It looks really dark in there.
It is pretty dark. Is it, what I would like to know is it too dark? Does it look too weird?
I think, I think you could make it darker, actually.
Yeah. Then I'll just need a pillow.
Yes.
I can't believe it got. I'm gonna have to check out that that tweet by Toon Boom.
So we have some things too. Like we have some escape pod specials that won't quite be ready for tomorrow as of yet. But we've got some really stupid things coming that we think people will enjoy.
Such as what?
What's that?
Such as what?
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I'll put it on my other normal screen so it's the same size.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah, just do it. It might be a mess.
I'm sharing. You can't stop me.
Yeah, that works.
All right. So just to give you a sampling of the stylings of the pod. We've got the Sean reveal. I'll just try to play it and see if it plays. Let's just see what happens.
I think it's a little choppy, but yeah, it's super choppy, but
even better.
So we were trying to get that ready.
Right there.
We were trying to get that ready for tomorrow, but please take that down.
Okay.
But it might be a
sharing.
it'll probably be next week, realistically, because when after Thursday rolls around, I think we're gonna be dead for a few days. So
Yeah, and this stuff takes longer than we always think it will. But
yeah, and so in case some of you haven't seen like who we're having on, so I think the first right off the bat will be Nelson Lim. So he's a professor here, but he's gonna. Hey Annie, how are you? So you might know him. I don't know if you might have taken classes from him. You might not. He is a longtime VFX guy, but he also is more of like into coding and Python as well. So he teaches in the game side, but he's also most of his work professionally was done in film. So he's worked on a ton of stuff. So he worked at ILM, Industrial Light and Magic. He worked on like two of the Transformers movies. He worked on the World of Warcraft, Pacific Rim. So he's done a lot. Yeah, really cool. He's got his own like YouTube channel. It is more like kind of coding heavy. But you can look at his website and all that. So he's really cool. I think it's going to be really great because he's not new, but he is a little bit new. So just having him to talk about his experiences. The other thing that's really great. Not only was he an artist, eventually he was basically like forming teams of people. So we can kind of look at. If you see, yeah. Well, luckily I just brought in like 16 drinks in here for tomorrow, so. I think I'll be all right.
you should clarify Sprite and LaCroix.
Yes, sorry. Regular drinks, not adult beverages. That's what my kids always ask me. Is that an adult drink or is that a regular drink? Regular drinks. So he's going to be on first. So you can see that on our ticker right there. He'll be on at 11. And then, let's see, the next person, I got to pull it up. But I think our next person is Ryan Donahue. And, again, let me pull up our schedule.
Want me to pull it up?
If you want to, sure.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. What am I doing? Okay, hold on a second.
Amanda, how old are your kids? You're like 25.
Let's see, it would have been from Sean.
4 and 11.
Right? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we've got. Let's see, so Nelson's up first. Then the next person we have up is Ryan Donahue.
Yeah, Ryan Donahue. So here's who Ryan Donahue is. So I first met Ryan. He was my mentor at Animation Mentor when I went to learn animation. If you're familiar with that online school, I went to SCAD first, and I didn't really learn a whole lot at SCAD. And then I learned how to animate at Animation Mentor. So Ryan was my Class 2 mentor, and he helped me get a job at Rhythm and Hues. So he was, at that time, he was a supervisor, animation supervisor at Rhythm and Hues. So he worked on visual effects. So visual effects movies. Which is what I did as well. So before that, he went to Cal Arts. He's an amazing artist. We'll have all of his information up during the stream and everything, but if you go to his website right there, Ryan PD Animation, he's an awesome artist. He just happened to do animation. That's what I like to describe him as. He's an incredible artist who happened to do animation. I think he could probably do a whole lot of things just because he's super talented. So he went to Cal Arts. He worked on Futurama, if you're aware of that show. Pretty old show, kind of before. Was it before? It wasn't before Simpsons, certainly. Anyways, Futurama. He worked on that. Then he came to Rhythm and Hues and started out as an animator. Then became a supervising animator, or a lead animator, supervising animator, and then an animation director. So by the end, he was directing. I think he directed or animation directed Alvin 4. and then Rhythm and Hughes went bankrupt. So then he was some kind of director for an Alvin and the Chipmunks TV show, and he was traveling all over the world. I remember he kept having to fly to France or something, and travel all over Europe for that. So they must have been making it over there. And now he is at Imagineering. So he is helping with theme park rides and the animation that goes into that. So I think it'll be really cool to talk to him about that kind of transition. So one of the rides that he worked on was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. You YouTube that. There's some really awesome stuff that they were doing in there. And Todd, I figured you'd probably like to talk to him about that, just with all the projection stuff. Yeah, you wouldn't? Okay.
Yes.
Well, whatever.
That ride is awesome. It looks amazing.
Have you been on it?
Not today.
Okay.
No, I have not. I think that opened. I might get a chance to go on it next year, maybe.
Is it at both parks, or is it
No,
only at...
I think that is only in the Hollywood studio.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's an Orlando exclusive.
All right. So that's Ryan, and so then right after that we have alumni hour. So our alumni will be on for 30 minutes apiece, and I believe the first one up is Joe Manriquez. So Joe Manriquez got his undergrad here. He was in the very first animation class that I ever taught here. It was a night class, but he did his
A while ago.
What?
That's a while ago.
A long time ago. That was 9-10 years ago. So he did his undergrad here, and then he actually got his MFA here as well. So Joe has worked at a number of different places. He's an animator. Right now he works at Sony ImageWorks. He's working on their new movie. I'm sure I could probably say what it is, right?
I don't know.
I think it's been announced. I won't say. I'll let him say.
Just whisper it.
Did you catch that? But before Sony ImageWorks, he worked at a place called Bardell, and then at a place called Icon. So I feel like if you're on LinkedIn right now, you've probably seen Icon Studios. Every time I get on there, they're hiring for another person. And we have at least one other alumni who are working there right now, Nick Hausman. I think he just got a job there a couple months ago. But they were making TV shows. So at Bardell, he was working at a couple of, I want to say DreamWorks TV shows, but I'm not positive. Things that are on Netflix. And then when he went to Icon, he was an animation director for that, for a Disney Tots. I think it's called Tots. The show is called Tots. So he actually was the animation director for several episodes of that. So anyways, alumni, he'll be on. After that is Heidi Neuenhofer. Neuenhofer. I don't know how to say it. What? I'm just having to. If you want to tune in to see
are the
us,
lights affecting you?
You like what?
Are the lights really affecting you? Do you feel
No, I don't know. I'm just
you
talking.
look like you're glowing.
Well, you're very bright. When you look at your screen compared to my screen, like,
Oh, you're talking about my screen.
yes, yours is bright,
Here, hold on.
and mine is dark. I will say mine is dark.
Hold on a second. We'll make this better. We'll make it even.
I do have a little fan from when I used to work at Rhythm when they put me in that little sweatshop room.
This is better.
Oh wow, that's fancy. I mean, it's hot on your face, but there is an evil green glow. There's Maleficent behind you or something.
That is not evil. That's UTD green.
Then it's ugly.
Oh man.
Oh, starting off Comets giving days early. Yeah, so Heidi's going to be on there, and she's an incredible artist. She is a storyboard artist at DreamWorks TV, working on Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous. Before the Camp Cretaceous, she was working on Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, so lots of horses, drawing lots and lots of horses. So she'll be on. She's awesome. Yeah, Amanda, you might want to hop on and chat with her. She might kind of be in the same vein that you want to do.
She's she's an amazing story artist. She was awesome when she was in the pre-production class here. She just has a knack for it, and she can draw like amazingly well.
Yeah, she's really good. When she was going through the program, I forget when she graduated. I'll have it on our list tomorrow. But it's been probably like around 2017 is when I think she probably graduated. I mean, that was before we really even had. I mean, she probably took the pre-production class, but that was it. So she actually took a bunch of animation classes with me. So she went through animation was. I don't want to say it was her focus because her focus was really 2D, but with the classes available that we had at the time, she had to take all the animation classes. So she took Anim 1, Anim 2, Anim 3, and then Animation Lab, and she animated inside an Animation Lab. However, at the same time, her real focus was 2D. Does she have an Instagram? She does. It's at here.
Yeah, it's
It's at Neuenhofer Art, I believe.
for art.
Yeah, and you should look at her. You should really look her. Her Instagram is great. You should look at her webpage. So her name is Heidi, and then grab Neuenhofer off of that. So you'll find her website, and it's great. She's got a ton of stuff up there. Do we have a copy to reference? Yeah. So sure, we can show that. The other place you can get it is if you go to my LinkedIn, Annie. It should be on there. But
What are you trying to do? Show the schedule?
yeah,
Hold on. I got all kinds of things.
that's not the schedule. That
I don't mean to toot your own horn, Sean, but that's the schedule. I've got all kinds of clips to play with now.
yeah, great. Thanks. Yeah, there's the schedule. If you can see that, can you see that? Okay. Yeah, you should be able to see that. Yeah, Amanda, I'll say Todd and I have avoided LinkedIn. LinkedIn for the longest time I felt was very annoying, and I didn't see the point to get on it. And then you can't read it. Is it too small?
All right, we'll post it up someplace.
Yeah, we'll. Can I attach a file? Let's see if I can attach a file in here. One second, I'm going to try to grab Yeah, it won't let me attach do a photo or anything like that.
And he got off LinkedIn.
Yes, so is there an email? Hopefully there will be an email.
I
There
thought they
should.
were supposed to send one out. Maybe
Yeah.
Adrian.
Yeah, we'll get an email sent out today to all the students. It doesn't matter.
It's on Instagram too, isn't it?
Yeah, you can go to the. Oh no, not the schedule. I never posted it because it was so big, and I hadn't taken the time to break it up. Thank you, Jolie. She's gonna send it. All right. So man, that takes us just through.
Just through day one.
No, that's not even day one. That's to lunch.
Oh, it's gonna be a long show.
It's gonna be an awesome show.
It's gonna be fun.
All right, so that takes us to Heidi. I'm just looking at guests right now.
Oh,
Then we got Sean Marithi. So Sean Marithi will be on at 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Sean Marithi is another animator, and he is currently at Pixar. So he's a great story, just because of how he got to where he got. Because he wasn't, his work wasn't that great for a long time. Really, up through his junior year, it wasn't very good. I've had this talk with him before, and we laugh about it now. But really, going into his senior year, into that summer, he really started to work really hard. And I would say from about this time, about the end of May, up through the end of the year, he worked really, really hard. So he did about 6 months of really hard work and improved like exponentially, and was able to get the Pixar animation internship. And I think they only take around, I want to say about 12. It could be up to 15, but anyway, let's say 10 to 15. So he got into that, and then there's no guarantees, obviously, of getting any jobs. And in fact, most of them don't get a job. They might hire one, maybe, if they have a spot. And he really excelled in the internship. And I would say that's when his work got really good. I would say up to there, his work was decent. And then his work really exploded while he was there. I mean, he kept working and kept working. And then eventually, once that internship ended, I think it was a couple months later, they actually offered him a job, and so he's been there since. So right now he's a crowds animator at Pixar. So that's kind of like your entry level animation kind of job at one of those big studios. But he's been working on a lot of cool stuff, and so we'll have him on to talk a little bit about that. One really important thing that you can all help us out if you're on there is at 5:30. There is a bingo, a game of bingo that the Alumni Relations Office is putting on. And if you win money to give to whatever group you want to give it to. So that would be really helpful. I don't know how much money it is. Probably not a lot. Probably like $50 or $100 or something like that.
$8,800.
Yes, it's $8,800. So, anyways, that would be super, super helpful. And then after that, we've got our friend Mick Wingert. He'll be on at 7 o'clock. He is a voice actor. So he's done a lot of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude. He'll probably be high energy and lots of fun.
He'll be pulling us out of our doldrums by then.
Yeah, we'll be hitting a low, and he'll be pulling us up. That is at 7 p.m. I believe. Yeah, 7 p.m. our time. So his first big thing. So when I first went to LA, I actually lived with him, and he was a DJ at, I don't think they call him a DJ, but a DJ at Jack FM out there, which really is just a ran commercials and stuff. They don't really talk, and he did it late at night too. Oh, cool! I mean, that'll be fun. So he was trying to get gigs and everything while I was living out there, and then right when I was about to leave and come back to Dallas, he got his first big thing, which was Kung Fu Panda. So he is Po in the TV show. So he basically mimics Jack Black's voice, and I got to sit around and kind of listen to him try to form that voice and kind of recreate it. It was kind of funny. I remember him coming in one day and he had stacks of DVDs when people used to watch DVDs of just Jack Black movies, and he just sat there and watched them over and over all day, just trying to recreate that voice. So he got that gig, and then after that, he's been he's worked on tons of stuff. So you can go look at his.
Dude, he's done some amazing pilot work.
And he's done work for us as well. Yes, wow. So he worked on one of my projects. He worked on one of the King's Aces that Todd and I are making, are working on. So
he asked us all about that, and he's going to give us grief for not having done much with it since we recorded it.
Yes, Todd had the whole, how long is it, 40 minutes?
It's about 40 minutes long that we wrote.
Like a 40-minute episode. It's all recorded, and did Mick do any voices, or did he just...
He did. So we had 5 voice actors, all who are professionals, kind of throwing down with us for our little scratch track, and then Mick did the voice of the. He did a temp voice at first for Big Jim,
Okay.
and then he voices the senator still.
Okay. Cool. So Mick is great whenever we're working on projects because he also does classes. He does audio direction, and I believe he worked on Camp Cretaceous as a
Yeah.
director. So a little bit of what you'll find is this industry is very small. So when we need things, when we need voice actors, I would just call him. It's like, hey, do you want to do this? And if he doesn't want to do it, then he knows all the people to do it. So he's got a lot of people, and he helps other people kind of break into the industry as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. You can come on and I guarantee you, if you hop on and ask him to do an impression, he will do it. Whoever you want.
It's off the walls energy. It's awesome.
Yes, very loud, very energetic. And then, man, we still have 3 others that same day.
That's a packed day, man. You really like put that together.
Well, I had to go when they I had to put them where they could
No,
fit.
no, it's awesome. I mean, it's just like one after another.
Yeah, so then right after that, so Mick is at 7. Oh, did I mess up my time? I did mess up my time on that thing. I have an hour break in there, Todd.
Uh-oh.
I have a missing hour. Whoops.
So, man.
We need a break though. Between all of that.
Yeah, but everyone else is locked in for those times, right? We just have an extra slot.
Yeah, we just have an extra slot.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't mess up with the schedule. I just didn't write an extra hour in there
That's fine.
Yeah. So, nap break is right, Julie. So we've got Jared Lascarine, who is alumni. He's a character TD, which is he's into rigging. So I can't remember when he graduated, maybe 2 years ago or so.
I think it was 3 years ago.
Okay. Again, we'll have more information on these guys. I don't have it pulled up. And he went to Nickelodeon to work at. So I actually want to talk to him about his Nickelodeon work because I don't know what he did at Nickelodeon. Other than I know he did rigging, but there was that. And then he moved over to Disney, and so he's at Disney right now. And he started as like a trainee and then an apprentice, and now he's like a full time. And I believe he just came off of Raya and the Last Dragon. So he's doing that, and then we'll have Nick Mikesell right after that. Nick Mikesell right now is a production coordinator at Pixar. But before that, he was at Industrial Light and Magic.
Aquaman, the third Star Wars film. I think
Yeah,
he
what-
did some of The Mandalorian too, maybe.
Yeah, I know he did some other things while he was there. So not just the film stuff, I believe. And we'll talk to him about that. So he started as a PA, which is just basically the person who does grunt work. And then he became a production coordinator. And I forget which movie he became a production coordinator, but it doesn't matter. So which is the Star Wars? I got confused. It was The Rise of Skywalker, but which is that? Which one is that? Is that the last one?
That was the last one.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
You got to at least watch it. It's not bad.
But is it good?
It's all right.
Eh. I'll watch it.
You should watch it. You should watch it to prep for.
I'm just
for
gonna
his.
watch it so I can get some like really kind of good questions. I'm gonna dig deep.
You can watch it between 8 and 9 p.m.
Now wait,
in that break, that the phantom hour that we have lost.
when we have Jared on at 9 o'clock, we've got Jared on and we've got Nick on. Is that when we start doing the Hot Ones ripoff, where we give them super hot food to eat while we ask pointed questions?
I guess. I don't know how you're going to give it to them. Jared is in LA, though Nick is here.
Yeah, Nick was here. We'll call Wingstop.
Yeah, Nick is here. And then after that, we have our last interview is Tim Pixton. So Tim Pixton is an animator at Pixar as well. He's not an alum. I worked with him at Rhythm and Hughes, and then he went over to Sony and he worked on like Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs and the first one, I believe, a couple of other films over there, and then he made the jump to Pixar, and he's a rock star. One of the best animators that I've ever been around. He's super nice too. He's so humble, and he's a great guy. Really thoughtful with how he approaches animation. Like, he really thinks about everything. So
He came out a couple years ago, right? And did a presentation about Finding Dory. He showed some stuff from Finding Dory or something, didn't he?
yeah, so that was a while ago. That might have been 4 years ago.
Wow.
But yeah, he did come out and give a presentation. So he'll be great to talk to. Really smart, doing some really cool things. He's not just an animator, right? I believe on this last movie he was like a character lead. So he's beyond animation now. He's starting to kind of move up again, just because he's so good. We know so many cool people. Well, I don't know about that, but
They know us. No.
what you don't know, Amanda, is we called in every favor. We're using everyone we know. We're only going to do this once because we don't know anybody else.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Actually, what I was thinking about last night, I was actually going through some of the stuff on LinkedIn. We have so many other alumni to contact if we do this again.
Yeah, there's so many, so many, and
Yeah.
and other studios. I know, like right now, like in that first day, we have like 4 Pixar people. So obviously, we want to use some other studios, but there's so many. Like, we have a ton of people. Like, again, like I think it's important. Like, these are fun, right? It's fun to talk to people from Pixar because you've seen the movies and all of that. But it's also fun to hear about all the other studios that are out there that you're maybe not aware of, like an Icon Studios or like a Bardell, who those places are still doing great animation, but you might not have heard of them,
Yeah.
right?
And in some cases, they're doing even cooler stuff simply because it's smaller scale and they can experiment more and play with things a little bit more than a $200 million film.
Right, and I would say a lot of times, like when you're working on television, the pace and the schedule is so much faster. There are advantages to that, actually. While you might not get to sit and polish a shot like you might be able to at a Disney or on a film or something, one of the really nice things is that you're getting a ton of experience.
Yeah.
And again, while the quality level sometimes might not be as high, you're getting a ton of experience.
Yeah.
So I found when I first started, the first movie I worked on was at Rhythm and Hughes, and it was on the first Alvin. And at Rhythm and Hughes, they wanted you to normally work on around between 8 to 12 shots on a movie, which isn't a lot, but in general, you're not doing a ton of shots you only have like probably about 4 months generally of animation time in there, and the pace is pretty slow. Right after that, I went to Real Effects and worked on Open Season 2, which is a direct to DVD, and I worked on 40 shots in about the same amount of time. So it forced me to work a whole lot faster. And right after that, I went back to Rhythm and Hughes, and I was used to that, where you're still working on 8 to 12 shots or so. But now my workflow was a whole lot faster. And so not only could I work faster, now I'm given a whole lot more time to do a shot. And so I could make it that much better. So there are advantages to those compressed schedules and where you're forced to work quickly. I think that can actually help you grow sometimes.
It doesn't let you linger on stuff. I liked it way better.
Yeah. I liked it. I like film because you can really get into the performance and it allows you a lot of time. But I think one good thing to remember is just because something is different, you find what the opportunity is in it to help grow. And just because you might be working on something that's forcing you to work really fast and maybe you're not making it the absolute best level that you could possibly make it, you're still getting benefits out of that. So I think it's all in how you approach what you're doing at the time. All right. And then we're on to day 2. And day 2, our first interviews are at 10 a.m. and that's with 2 alumni, Molly Meyer, and then after that is Lucy Bossert. So Molly Meyer is a lighting artist at Pixar. She was a rock star while she was here.
She's a unicorn.
Yeah, she was good at everything, like literally good at everything. She worked really hard. And so did she get the pup? So
Yep.
she got the pup internship. So that's the Pixar internship. It's not the same thing that Sean got, because Sean Marithi got the animation. Pup is more technical, and it also is for undergrads. So hopefully you're familiar with that. We've actually had a number of the pup interns over the years. I don't remember how many, maybe
Yeah.
8.
Well, and a side note with that too, just for those viewers who are here now, up until COVID happened, every fall we would have Pixar coming out to recruit. Disney had just started coming out to recruit. DreamWorks was coming out to do a presentation to basically recruit. So we had a really nice thing going, which is where they were coming out and really liking what we were doing with the students. And I believe within the span of 4 years, they took like 5 of our students for the PUP program.
Yeah, the pup program takes, I think maybe up to 10 people
Yeah.
over the summer. So imagine, the odds of getting that are not high. And there was one summer where we got 2 in. So that's a pretty big deal. But we were pretty consistent with getting people in. So, if you go all the way back into the olden times, we had a guy, Kian,
Oh,
yeah, Kian Hong. He works at a place called Buck now, which I think is like an advertising kind of company out in LA. He's doing some pretty cool stuff. So we had Kian, and then who was next? Was it Molly?
it was Kian, and then I think it was Molly, or it was Ethan and Miguel, and then Molly.
Yeah, I can't. For some reason I feel like Molly.
Went first, and then Ethan and Miguel went.
Yeah, and then, man, who was after that?
I don't know.
I know we had some more, and then most recently that I know of was Nick Buffet, I think he's still here, and then we've had 2 animation interns there. So Sean Marithi was the first one, and then Biko Pouncey was the second one. All right, so sorry. So Molly will be on again. She's been at Pixar for pretty much, I think, her whole career. So I think she was an intern, and then when she graduated, they hired her. And she's doing great stuff. And then there's Lucy Bossart, and she's an animator. She works for Illumination McGuff in Paris. So the people who make Minions and Despicable Me and all that stuff. So it's a little bit tricky. Like, that's super cool. She actually, her if you're familiar at all with Paris, her apartment like sits right in one of the really famous spots. But it's like out her window you can see the Eiffel Tower. That's what she told me. I don't have a picture of that, but it sounds pretty cool. And
That's
then
a good photo now.
yeah, good info to know. I don't know. I just think it's cool because I don't know.
Just in Paris.
Yes, because it's in Paris and it sounds fun. But we'll find out if it's really fun at 10:30 on Thursday. And then, if you guys remember Philip Hall was a former professor here. He's going to come on for an hour. If you don't know him,
It's the comedy hour.
yes, it will be joke time. So Phil was another animator that I worked with a long time ago. He's worked all over, done a lot of things. He's a professor at a Regent University right now, but he'll be here for the laughs.
Do you have a 7-second delay?
Yeah, I need a bleep button. And then, oh man, we still have more. Good grief, so many. After that, we've got alumni Aya Lopez, who is at Disney, who is a look dev artist, and then Jillian Blue, who is a lighting artist. She's at Sony right now, but she's been at Real Effects for a really long time up in Montreal. So Sony ImageWorks, they're in Vancouver. So there's 2 places. There's one in Vancouver, there's one in LA, but right now if you work for Sony, chances are you're in Vancouver now. And then after that, we have Adam Nasrallah, And Adam Nasrallah works for Explosum. Is that how you say it? Explosum?
I think so.
They make Cyanide and Happiness, that comic.
Yep.
So he is, I mean, I don't know what he is. He's some kind of producer.
Yeah,
for
he's a
them.
producer there.
Yeah. So he's been there for a while, and they were actually, if you're familiar with what they do, they make online comics, but then they make some shorts, and then now they're making games. I believe a lot of it, or at least it was, crowdfunded.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an interesting story because a lot of it up front was crowdfunded.
Yeah, most of it, I think, originally was. They were also, I think one of their co-creators is a tech graduate. Or actually, I know he is. But that was way before my time. That might be, you might have known him, Todd, but I don't.
Maybe.
But they hired a ton when they made their big kind of they had like a really big growth spurt, and they hired a ton of ATech graduates. So I talked to Adam the other day, and I believe there's 10 of them working over there, and I can't imagine there's too
Yep.
terribly many more people who work there. So
And Adam pitched Sticky was his project.
yeah,
That
Sticky
was the
the
second short that we ever did. Actually, the third short that we ever did. But
what was number 2? Oh, Frightlight was 2.
Bright Light was 2. Sticky was 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that was his project. I remember he went out to SIGGRAPH and was like making shirts and pitching that around.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I'm surprised you don't have one of those shirts in your pile of old shirts there.
I do. Do I need to get it out? I have every shirt.
Dude, you should wear it when he comes on.
I need to wear a different shirt for every single hour because I have one for probably every single hour. I just have stacks
That's
of.
cool.
I have every shirt that I was ever like, every movie shirt or game or anything, and up until like 2 days ago, it was in a pile over there behind me, and I've never worn any of them. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to be 75 years old and carrying around 2 giant trash bags of shirts. And I'll make my kids throw them away. So then we've got our last 2. Eric Farrar, make a quilt out of them. Yeah, I could do that. Eric Farrar will be on. He's one of our faculty members to talk probably a little bit about motion graphics and
Yep.
And again he was a rigging TD when he worked on film. So we'll chat a little bit with him, and then we're gonna wrap it up with Chase Mack. So you probably know Chase Mack, maybe. He just graduated, but what I thought would be fun is he will be in the middle, or maybe beginning, of his story internship at Disney. So we can kind of check in. We don't want to ask too many questions about that. Got to be careful. But just like what his experience is. So what I thought was really interesting in going back and contacting all of these alumni is I was thinking, well, there you go, Jolie. You know him well. What I thought was really fun is, we're aware of a number of our alumni, and we're also normally aware of the big studios and if people are working there. But I remember before this process, we had kind of talked about. I was like, man, for the most part, we've got a number of people at Pixar. We've got a number of people over at these different studios. Disney has always been one that was, for some reason, seemed hard to kind of crack into. Until a couple of years ago, they didn't come and visit. Now they are. We have a little bit better relationship. And then there's only 2 people that I could ever remember, Todd, that have worked there, and that was Chad Orr and Shona Gilliard. Do you remember?
Yeah. Now Jared.
And then when I started looking at our list, I was like, hey, I want to talk to Jared because he works at Nickelodeon, and then he works at Disney now. And then I was like, oh, what about Aya? Oh, well, she works at Disney. And then now Chase got into their internship program. So now we have a lot who work over there.
Oh, it's getting too much.
It's too many to keep track of. You guys are just too good. Anyways,
Yeah, it'll be fun too because throughout all of this, we're kind of doing a retrospective on the program with some of the people who have been here. Some of these students have been gone for a long time, and we'll be talking to them a little bit about what we changed. You'll probably hear all kinds of gripes and moans about they wish they would have had some of the stuff that we're doing now.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think one of the cool things too that's not going to be I can't remember if you mentioned this or not, Sean, but not a guest is going to be the animation lab retrospective,
Yeah.
which kind of gives you a little bit of a landmark of where we were at certain points in time. And we're going to talk about some of the things about kind of what those shorts were, what went wrong, what we could do at that point, what we didn't have at that point, and how we had to adjust. So it should be kind of fun and interesting.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. And then spread throughout that, we'll be doing a little bit of this, and we'll be playing on Toon Boom probably. So we're going to, if you see that schedule, whenever it says Toon Boom, we're actually going to be working on that Banjo Birds. And if you want to know the direction that we're going on check out last week's stream, because we did the whole stream was us planning it out and what we're trying to do.
Yeah. I was going to say too, it could well be that we've got that plan for Toon Boom right now, but if people are coming on and asking a lot of questions, we'll just talk about stuff. So if we have high school students asking questions about the program, or if we have some of our own students asking questions about certain other things, we're more than happy just to spend some of that time answering those as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about, is if you've got questions or whatever. And it can be about, honestly, it can be about anything.
Yeah.
You can ask us whatever you want. And it should be fun. Sound good?
Sounds awesome. You probably want to check in at the very beginning and then again at the very, very end just to see how bad things have gotten for Sean and I over 2 full days of talking.
Yeah. So my guess is after the Tim Pixton interview, that's going to end at around 11 p.m. We are doing a ATech After Dark building tour and program talk.
Oh boy, we gotta test that.
Yeah, we do need to test that. That will probably be the most entertaining time because we'll be super tired and, well, it'll either be really good or really bad. I don't know. It could just be joke time.
I think we should try doing virtual hide and seek, where one of us will hide and the comments will be telling us where to look for the other person.
Now that'd be funny. That would be really funny. We could definitely do that. All right. I think that's about it.
I've got 2 minutes.
Oh, we do have 2 minutes. Any questions from the viewers out there?
I was going to say, too, that if you do know of people who may want to contribute, like I said, spread the word. We're going to have a trailer that's going to be running periodically in some of our rest spots. That's going to show a lot of the work from animation and games students, a lot of cool stuff cut together in there. Like I said, just spread the word as much as you can.
Yeah, that would be really helpful. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's about it. We'll have the ticker at the bottom with what's going on. We'll have updates as far as raising money go, all of that kind of stuff. So, and I don't think we'll be able to. I don't think I'll be able to do this and post on social media at the same time. So, probably won't be able to get on Instagram or anything like that if we're posting certain things. So,
I'll post for you.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
Just give me your username and password.
Sure. Do I include the credit card with that in that email?
It would make it easier.
Perfect. Alrighty. Please read the chat, Todd.
Oh no! Yes.
Oh.
Yes, the captain is here.
We've got Philip Hall. He's making an early. Oh, you're texting me
Mr.
too.
Hall, you gotta tell your students to come check it out. There's gonna be so much good stuff. You just missed the entire recap.
Yeah, we just did the recap. Well, maybe this is Lisa. Maybe it's not Phil.
I don't think it's Lisa.
You never know.
Lisa's a Marvel fan.
Oh man.
Hey, I told Sean we got to have the 7-second delay ready for you.
I'm gonna I'm gonna get a bleep button. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be awesome, man. That might be the greatest hour that we have. In many great hours.
There's gonna be so many good ones, but that one's gonna be the real good one. He's working on new material.
Oh, no.
All right, Phil. Will it be Regent appropriate? For some reason, I don't think so.
Just remember, we're trying to gain funding, not have it taken away.
Yes, we're trying to raise money. All right,
That was awesome.
Phil, I will send you your email shortly. Answering your text. All right. Okay, everybody. I think that's it for today.
That is it.
We will see you, hopefully, sometime tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. 10 a.m., we're starting off. So there will be probably like a 15-minute video, I think, by the alumni relations group, probably to kick everything off, and then we'll be popping on right after that. So we'll be playing that video here, as far as I understand, and that kind of stuff, and then we'll be hopping on. And yes, we'll be doing a kind of a, we'll be talking a little bit about the same kind of stuff we talked about during this, during that first 45 minutes, and then we'll be getting into all of our interviews and everything. So,
Yeah, spread the word.
yeah, let everybody know that you know.
And we're gonna record. It's all gonna be recorded too. And after it's all done, we're gonna go back through and chop it all up into individual segments. So it's not one 36-hour or however many hours stream.
Yeah, so we'll break all those up. So if you ever want to go back and look at it, but I'm positive that you guys will be here for the whole time. So I'm not worried about you guys. You guys are the dedicated ones. If anybody's here for the full 14 hours, goodness,
Extra credit points.
we owe you a lunch or something. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.